Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I'm Vartika Singh and today we will discuss about the dramatic developments that have been unfolding in South Korea in the last 24 hours. On Tuesday night, President Yoon Suk Yeol declared emergency martial law. In a televised address, he announced, and I quote, "Through this martial law, I will rebuild and protect the Free Republic of Korea, which is falling into the depths of national ruin. I will eliminate all the anti-state forces as quickly as possible and normalize the country." But this lasted only for 2 hours. Despite security, MPs stormed inside the parliament, overturning the martial law and calling the president's decision unconstitutional. Yoon Suk Yeol withdrew his order, but what's unfolding on the streets of South Korea are widespread protest, with opposition and people backing it and demanding President Yoon Suk Yeol resignation. Amid the mounting pressure of opposition, South Korea's defense minister Kim Yong-hoon resigned earlier today. In an unexpected turn, even the leader of President Yoon's party, the People Power Party, called for the Kim's removal, citing his controversial martial law recommendation. President Yoon is facing increasing criticism from all the sides of the political spectrum, including within his own party members. If Kim's resignation is accepted, analysts suggested that the impeachment motion might no longer be necessary. Now let's understand, where do the opposition parties in South Korea stand? 6 opposition parties, Democratic Party of Korea, Justice Party, People's Party, Basic Income Party, Green Party Korea and Labour Party, have already submitted a bill calling for President Yoon impeachment, and it's expected to vote it on later this week. I will explain in detail the politics, but before that, let me break down what is martial law. Martial law means military rule takes over from the civilian government, with legal processes suspended in favor of military control. Civil liberties are often put on hold for the duration of martial law. According to Article 77 of South Korea's constitution, martial law can be declared in times of national emergency such as war or armed conflict. The president has the authority to proclaim martial law as prescribed by law. Under martial law, special measures can be implemented affecting everything from warrants and freedom of speech to the powers of the executive and judiciary. Since the founding of the Republic of Korea, martial law has been declared 16 times, with the most recent occurrence in 1980. This was also the last time when South Korea was under military dictatorship. So why did the President Yoon declare martial law? This year's National Assembly election dealt a significant blow, to which many terming him as a lame duck president, unable to push forward his agenda. His government has been locked in a standoff with the opposition over the national budget, while calls for the impeachment from political opponents continue to grow louder. This week, the opposition slashed the government's proposed budget, a move that cannot be vetoed by the Yoon's administration. Simultaneously, the opposition moved to impeach members of Yoon's cabinet, including the head of the government audit agency, for failing to investigate his wife's alleged corruption. Yoon has blamed the opposition for paralyzing state affairs, and his approval rating has been in a steady decline since his election in 2022, worsened by the scandals involving corruption and luxury gifts. Yoon Suk Yeol was a relative newcomer to South Korean politics. When he won the presidency in 2022, his rise to prominence began in 2016, when he earned the national attention for prosecuting the corruption case against the former president Park Geun-hye. In the 2022 presidential race, the political novice narrowly defeated his liberal opponent, Lee Jae-myung, by less than 1% of the vote. This marks the closest election result in South Korea since the direct election began in 1987. At a time when South Korea's society was deeply divided over the gender issues, Yoon appealed to young male voters running on an anti-feminism platform. Yoon's presidency has been marked by frequent gaffes. During his 2022 campaign, he faced backlashes for praising former authoritarian President Chun Do-hwan, who had declared martial law in 1980, resulting in the massacre of protesters. Later that year, Yoon was caught on a hot mic, seemingly insulting US Congress member, calling them a derogatory term that quickly went viral in South Korea. Despite these missteps, Yoon has seen success in foreign policy, notably improving South Korea's historically fraught relationship with Japan. But Yoon's presidency has always been mired in scandal. particularly surrounding his wife Kim Kyon-hee, who faced accusation of corruption and influence peddling, most notably for allegedly accepting a luxury Dior bag from a pastor. In April this year, the opposition Democratic Party won a landslide victory in the parliamentary elections. From then on, he resorted to vetoing bills passed by the opposition, using these tactics more frequently than any president before him. If political troubles were not enough, the South Korean markets also took a significant hit. The Kospi index dropped to 1.44% and the Kosdaq saw a 1.98% decrease. The turmoil in South Korea has caused ripples across the Asia-Pacific region, with markets in Japan, China and Australia also dipping. While the world is closely monitoring the developments in South Korea, protests have also erupted outside the National Assembly and Gwanghwamun Square. President Yoon's future and the future of the country hangs in balance. For more such videos and analysis, please keep watching The Print.